Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Renegade Butcher show. Sorry about the lighting. I know it's a little bit shady. It is already getting close to dark here in Southeast Texas. So I have to work with what I have and the connection that I'm able to grab. So I'm on my way home from the shop, tried to get this in as early as I could while I've still got a little bit of daylight, just so the lighting's not horrible. I've got a ring light here in the vehicle. So yeah, I'm grabbing some public Wi-Fi and stopping in to kind of check in with you guys. I've made it one of my goals this year to try to get out one minimum live podcast episode per week and really kind of buckle down. And if I'm going to do this social media thing in the podcast, I need to actually do it. So appreciate it. I see you got 3 people in here watching the Lots Project. Hey, Brian, what's up? Just trying to keep this thing rolling and get it going. So still in the middle of deer season, still surprisingly getting deer in. We've got a late hunting season for management land that can go through February, and I just had 2 dropped off tonight. So I've actually got a good stack to get cut in the cooler. Brian there, the Lots Project, will be helping me out. Achievement unlocked, wrap it up. Yep, exactly. And there's going to be lots of wrapping that you'll probably be doing on Thursday, I'm sure, too. So, but hey, I made it here, got this podcast going, got it started, and I appreciate everybody for checking in. I'm also trying to get this whole spice thing going. So that's been the new thing. I was talking about growth with this particular episode, trying to actually expand beyond just seasonal deer processing and teasing the idea of doing consultations and stuff like that for folks during the rest of the year. I've kind of had to pivot and shift gears to, fighting the state and dealing with all the ins and outs and red tape. So, hey, Sean, how's it going? Appreciate you joining in. So that's been a little bit of a dance, and I'm still going to focus on the consultation type thing, but I really want to focus more on the educational side of things, along with providing those seasonings and doing my deer processing and, actually working on site with folks who want to learn how to process their own livestock. So I'm already getting calls about that too. So that'll be something that's coming up here too. But I talked a little bit last week about a seasoning of the month club. That's an idea that's popped in my head, and I am working on doing that too. I made up a bunch more though of that breakfast sausage seasoning that I sent out samples for that got good reception. So, and that'll be part of my giveaway in Brian over there at the Lots Projects giveaway on Monday night coming up. So be sure to tune into his. Also on Monday night, I don't know the exact timing, but it should be right before his show. I am going to be, as far as I know, I'll let you know, and I'll post a link when I know for sure, on Porterhouse and Teal's channel being interviewed as well. So tune in for that. Tune in for the Lots Project. Their giveaway, they're going to have some of that special seasoning that we auctioned in the Telegram group. If you're not in the Telegram group, you should be, because when I have limited edition stuff, I'm going to post it up there before I post it anywhere else. We had 3 extra bottles of that bonfire blend, and they're all accounted for. They're all shipped, sold, ready to go, aside from one, but they're all spoken for. Well, there's one left that is available, and it's in the Lots Projects giveaway. So go sign up at thelotsproject.com, and you might be able to get in on their 1,000 follower drawing and maybe win it. Who knows? Along with some of this breakfast sausage seasoning. So I have some of that. I did some website work today, got that up as an item in the shop, so it's there. I'm going to be sending more samples out to other people I know, mobile butchers and things like that, who will use it. So hopefully we're going to build that up to where it's big enough that I can actually have that produced and blended for me at the local spice company, which would probably actually bring my price on it down. So, but for now, instead of farting around and waiting and trying to crowdfund and start large batches, I'm just going to blend some myself. I'm additionally going to be blending some small shaker seasonings like steak seasoning, barbecue chicken seasoning. I've already kind of got that formulated, and I'm going to be adding it to the shop too. Sent those samples out. Everybody seemed to like it. I mean, one guy used it on his Thanksgiving turkeys. I actually did one on a turkey, and it turned out really good. So we're going to be adding all kinds of stuff like that. I've got some of those limited edition blends that were in those giveaways. I've got the next one already in the works. It's going to be a little bit different, still with some smoked salt, jalapenos, onions, but it's going to have some citrus to it too. So I'm thinking more spring, like maybe like a seafood type thing. I'm going to play with it. It's not completed yet, but some of the base parts of it that are not something you normally can pick up off a store shelf, like an actual smoked salt, smoked with real wood. That's what we're working with there. That's something I can't commercially produce and really put up in the shop as a major item to sell, maybe a couple of them, but there'll only be so much in each batch and they'll all be different. Every batch will be a little bit different with those. So I'm going to try to include those things in the Seasoning of the Month Club offerings. So it'll be something you can't really get again. It's an exclusive type thing. We'll take all of those, whoever has subscribed to the Seasoning of the Month, and they get those first. And if there's some extras, maybe we'll put them up for some bids or something like that. So I'm looking at more custom blended, small batch type stuff. I want to build up kind of a club, a following, and everything around that idea. And if you guys have some thoughts, some suggestions, throw them my way. I'm always looking for ideas on things to play with. I love playing with seasoning and trying different recipes and stuff like that. So there is that. I do have a bunch of Spice Grills, a play on Spice Girls. I like that, Robin. There you go. Yeah, hey, thanks to Lots Project. Let me hit that up here. And yes, hit the thumbs up if you could. It definitely does help. And if you want, go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube if you're not watching, or whatever platform you're on. But maybe I can actually push eventually to get monetized on YouTube as well. The Lots Project just did, and that's what they've been celebrating. So, hey, check it out. I'm up to over 250 subscribers, which surprises the shit out of me. I really do like that here. I've got somebody down here wants to offer a promotion on my channel, and I'm pretty sure they're a spammer, but hey, that's okay. They can jump in there. Anyways, where was I? But the Lots Project, Brian down there, has a bunch of video that he took of us processing a big wild pig. And I've yet to go through all that. I finally got a chance to open it up and see the files really are working today. They're on my computer finally. I need to take the time to sit down and go through that and put something together, some actual educational content there. I'm also going to collaborate with Brian, hopefully, and maybe get a little educational video. I have some stuff kind of on this, but a more polished educational video on how to make some of this breakfast sausage from the mixes that I'm going to be selling. So that'd be nice. I may actually do something like that, put a video together and have like a QR code that takes you to the video and put that on the packages that are being shipped out. So that should be interesting. But check that out. Go to renegadebutcher.com and see what I've got up there. And if you have if you have a custom blend, you want something, or I'm making 3 briskets this weekend and I'd really like something made up, just let me know what you want. I'll mix it up by weight, shoot it out to you. We'll come up with a fair price. So that's what I've kind of got going on. I'm also really trying to buckle down and focus on the social media side of things. I can't really, in this day and age, educate people and build this audience and this community without going out there and producing that content. And it's been hard for me to find a way to do that with the struggles of, my internet connections and the time. So, but I need to find ways to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to get something solid like Starlink so I can actually set up something at home to be able to do these broadcasts, which will really open up a lot of doors for me to do that. But I have decided to stop making the excuses and try to buckle down and set a time. So Tuesday evenings, I'm going to try to get the podcast out every week. And y'all help keep me accountable to that goal, please. I appreciate it. Be hard on me if I don't. Anyways, along with that, I've been focusing a lot on the Telegram group because that's had a lot of engagement, a lot of people, a lot of great discussions and community involvement. That's kind of like the home base for everything here right now, has become the Telegram group. So this year I've focused really hard, and I mentioned this last episode on this, I call it the meetings of the minds questions. But it's just a question every morning, something to get discussion going. And if it's not a couple hours, sometimes it's all day of discussion. Sometimes it's arguing about beans and chilies. Sometimes it's really cool stuff. It's every day. I post an audio question, and then I post similar, this pretty much the same question over on TikTok too. And I've been putting it on YouTube Shorts recently. So, and that's helped. That's built a little bit of that following. I get some more followers all the time, and I'll get them coming from other platforms into Telegram, which is great. And the goal here isn't to build like the biggest group on Telegram. I want real people who are interested, who can benefit from what I have to share, but also can bring something to the table and teach other people. I'm not coming into this at all thinking that I know everything, because I don't. I'm always learning. I'm always experimenting. I'm always doing more and more. I want to expose myself to as many people, and that sounds terrible. I'm blaming Brian for that one, but I want as many people as possible to be in my presence that can teach me something too. And maybe they don't have my level of experience in what I do, but they do in something else, or they have just a different experience that I can learn from. And that's kind of my philosophy in life overall. So I think surrounding ourselves with good people, with smart people, and with people of different influences. Sean, right there, who was in the comments, hey, man, there's a lot of times we come from very different perspectives, but we have some great discussions in multiple different groups that we're in on Telegram. It's exactly that I'm talking about. So I don't want echo chambers. I want people who can bring something cool to the table. So, and that's the focus of building quality community, building a quality network where we can all work together and learn from each other. Because if you're listening to this and you're watching this, you probably really do like consuming meat. All right, Sean. You probably are really interested in food security and learning how to be more, self-reliant in one way or the other. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have found your way here. And if you did, hi, that's what we're about. So if that's your goal, well, building that community and the Liberty Meat Chat, that's kind of the whole idea. So follow that. If you're on TikTok, check out Renegade Butcher. It's mostly just me doing those morning questions with some educational content on the actual meat production process, making sausage, doing some educational stuff on roast beef, things like that. And hey, it's been doing pretty good. So I enjoy that. The YouTube Shorts has been interesting. I found YouTube, we get way more fun comments than I do on TikTok. So that's been an adventure. There's a lot of little trolls on YouTube, and I'm not even mad. Like, it's entertaining to me. There was a time where I'd go around the internet just being a dick to people because it was, to me, entertaining. I feel like I've mostly grown out of that phase. If I'm a dick to you online, you probably earned it. But I was like, wow, there's just a lot of them there. It surprises me. You would expect TikTok with all the weird kids and stuff over there to be way more juvenile, but YouTube actually seems to be where they flock to. So I don't know if it's easier to get a fake account on there or how it is. But anyway, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I haven't had a whole ton going on there. If anybody's got any questions or whatnot, toss them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them to the best of my abilities. Other than that, it's just been me trying to wrap things up and get this deer season tied up with a bow. It's going to be a minute till I do, though. I've got quite a few buckets of frozen meat with individual orders of them just stacked away in the freezer. And I think I've got 5 or 6 deer currently that need to get deboned over the next day or two that are going to be added to that pile. So it's that cycle of just cycling out things that I'm thawing so I can work through that sausage. I'm picking up. My computer just acted up here. There we go. Just open some random stuff. Anyway, back on track. I've got to go tomorrow and pick up some more pork that I'm using for a bunch of this sausage. So about roughly what I can use in a week, along with some other supplies like some restrict milk cheese and things like that. So all the fun sausage making stuff. We're to that time of year where I've got people who shot a deer early in the year too and deboned it, have it frozen in their freezer. They'll be bringing me that meat to make sausage for them because they figured they were going to, but decided against it or decided they wanted mine. So we always get these interesting orders towards the tail end, or we'll get some guys who will go out and hunt an exotic deer because they didn't really have much luck for whitetail this time of year. It's been a weird year. Typically during deer season, I get slammed at the very beginning of it, and then it sort of evens off and then tapers off to a kind of a slow roll towards the end. This year, it started off kind of slow and nothing really much going on, just enough to kind of keep me there and keep me busy. And then middle of season, finally, people started getting into it, and it came in hard and heavy. I actually had to cut it off at one point. I was at capacity. I couldn't take anything else. And that lasted for about a week and a half. And then I didn't even advertise that I was taking more. I just, if somebody called me, I'd be like, yeah, I've got room for 1 or 2 more. And we rolled that way for about a month. and straight back into, I expected it to be the slow time, but it's been consistent. I've been getting in multiple animals every week, even when I figured it would be done by now. So I'm not complaining. It's just been an odd year. So, but thankfully I've had lots of opportunity to play with the spice stuff. So there we go. I'm going to hopefully be adding a brisket rub, maybe like a pork butt rub to the lineup too, maybe a few other different types of shaker seasoning, like a steak seasoning. And I'm going to be working on a completely keto sweet breakfast sausage seasoning. Hopefully, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up yet. I'm still experimenting. I don't want to say it's going to be any good until I really get the ratios right, but I'll be using something like stevia extract that's going to be all natural and not have any weird chemical bullshit in it, instead of sugar. So the ratios of that versus sugar are very different, and I'm not sure yet exactly how it's going to play well in a sausage scenario and binding with meat, how that changes with the proteins. So I'm going to have to do some experimentation and get the ratios completely. It's going to be a whole different ballgame. Like the amount of seasoning used in the whole shebang is going to be way less because of the hyper sweetness of the stevia extract. So once I get that figured out, though, I will formulate a price and get that available up there online too. So that's going to be something I haven't really seen offered much, if at all. So, and there's a lot of folks that do listen to this or are involved with things connected to our communities that are very much into the keto carnivore lifestyle. So I think that's something that would really benefit folks. So anyways, I don't have a ton else. If nobody else has any questions there in the comments, I appreciate everybody dropping by, and I'll probably wrap this thing up, make it a fairly short episode. I put a promotion up on Fountain because we had a good deal on Fold to do so. If you're not using that Fold card, you should check it out. They finally got their stuff back on Google Play. So you can find, if you check out my itty bitty tips link that is in the show notes down there, you can sign up for Fold. You can join my spin club, and you can get Bitcoin back on your purchases if you're into that. So I am into that, and I will happily take Bitcoin for sausage seasoning or services. So check it out and make you some Bitcoin for doing your regular spending. But there was a really good promotion the one day on that. I decided to put that into a Fountain promotion to help promote the podcast. And this episode should still actually kind of hit because I promoted the latest show. So I figure if I keep this one kind of short, it will be a good intro for people who are interested maybe in what I'm talking about. Things like liberty and food freedom and buying sausage seasoning with crypto. Let me put that thing out there to that audience and see if we can get some more followers and listeners in here. And, oh, hey, K-Bonk, he said, I thought it was Central Time. Yeah, it is Central Time. I think when I first put it up, I may have had the time wrong, but I did correct that. So, yeah, you're here. It's 6 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to try to do this time every week, but no promises. We'll see. So glad you could make it. Missed a little bit, but catch the replay. Nothing too exciting. If you're in the group and paying attention, you've probably heard most of this. And if you're not in the group, for sure, join the Liberty Meat Chat. You can find that link up there in that itty bitty tips link right down there. Or I think I have the Telegram group linked directly in the show notes. So it's a great community, great place to hang out. We talk all the time. If you got a question to do with meat, that's the place to ask. So, all right, folks, I am going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Get my butt back to the old casa and get ready to kick tomorrow in the ass because I need to hit the road early and go and get a pile of meat. So we'll talk to y'all later and tune in for that Meeting in the Minds question tomorrow morning. And you can go on back to Telegram and check out the old ones if you'd like to, or catch them on TikTok and do those video replies. So, and if you don't like TikTok, if you don't prefer the platform, you don't really want to interact over there, you don't want to make an account, it's okay. You can find the links over there to the Renegade Butcher, and you can go at a private window in your browser and just see it from your computer. You don't have to have the app to do it. So, oh, K-Bonk is making some beanless chili. There you go. You're going to make all those Texans proud. All right. We'll catch you guys later. I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much. Have a great day and be free.